Corey and I are out here at the gun range taking a look at what appears to be an old mortar a friend of ours found on his property, and he's asking $50,000 for it. So Alex, my weapons guru, he's gonna come down, take a look at it, and hopefully give us some information.
What's going on, Alex?
How you doing, Corey? Hey, Rick.
How's it
It's
going?
big.
Wow. This thing is giant.
So we're guessing it's a mortar?
Well, technically, it's called a howitzer, but it looks like a mortar. It's short, fat. The difference between a mortar and a howitzer are that the trunnions, or the arms, on a howitzer, they're in the middle. On a mortar, they're at the very bottom. The idea behind these is that you would take iron cannonballs that are hollow, fill those with black powder. They had their own fuse and timing. You would then load it in here, the thing would shoot, and when the exploding cannonball got towards the earth, they would try to time it so it would explode just before it hit, so it would do the maximum amount of damage. Can I check it out?
Yeah, go ahead, be my guest.
It's made of solid bronze. I mean, this thing's gotta be a couple thousand pounds. I think it's from about 1800. And the way in which it's cast, this is very European in design. Possibly in England, possibly in Scandinavia, maybe Denmark. Are there any markings at all?
I have not seen any markings on it.
Nothing.
Nope.
So that's pretty odd, actually. On something of this quality, whoever made this would have put some type of identification on it. So really the only reason that it wouldn't be marked is that it was stolen. Ordnance from the 18th and 19th century typically was marked, but it's understandable if it was a spoil of war. If countries lost a ship or they were defeated in battle, privateers and weapons dealers, if they didn't want anyone to trace the origin of something, they would remove markings as well.
Okay, is it fireable?
Looking at it, these are simple devices, right? You have the chamber, powder chamber, and a touch hole. And this thing is massive. There's nothing about this that I look at that says it's not safe to fire. I could launch a bowling ball a couple hundred yards.
Okay, well, that sounds good to me. So we're gonna blow something up.
Yeah.
I know where I can buy some bowling balls.
Okay,
Meet you back here in like 3 hours?
sounds good.
All right, see you for the explosion, guys.
All right.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to use a pound of black powder. That chamber is large enough for about 5 pounds.
Okay.
So we're gonna see about 1/5 charge. But the surprise is, if you look down range, there's an old car. And I really wanted to simulate the idea that these things used to shoot exploding balls. So the car's been rigged that if we can hit it with a bowling ball, the car will explode.
All right, so I'm gonna stand right over there
Yeah,
and hit the deck if something comes towards me.
yeah, I wouldn't worry about that.
Cool, let's lob some bowling balls.
All right, this is gonna be a little scary.
The good news about this howitzer, it has almost 3-inch thick sidewalls. And I have looked at it and inspected it well, so I'm confident it'll be fine. I wouldn't fire it if I wasn't.
And here we go.
Here we go.
Fire in the hole!
This is gonna work.
Let's hope.
The calm before the storm.
Come on.
Oh! That was awesome.
This thing fired perfectly. The coolest thing is when that bowling ball went up into the air, it had this like whistling sound from the holes, and bang, right on the car.
Oh!
Whew. Thankfully, it hit it.
Car's gone. It obviously works.
It works great.
All right, so the howitzer is not in a million pieces. We're still alive and the car blew up. So
Yeah.
what do you think it's worth?
Well, you have the added functionality of it. I think at auction, I've seen pieces like this sell for up to $50,000.
All right.
Good luck. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
That was fun.
Appreciate it, Alex.
All right. I'm not gonna give you 50 if that's what they go for at auction.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
Let me give you 25 grand for it. Literally, to move it around, you need a forklift. I mean, there's a lot of expenses with buying it and trying to sell it.
And just remember, you're gonna have to run a forklift to take it home.
Yeah.
35. We got a deal?
I'll go 32 grand.
Nah, I'm firm at 35. I wouldn't mind shooting it off like 4 or 5 more times before I sold it anyway, so I think I'm just gonna keep it for now.
All right, if you change your mind, let me know.
All right, sounds good, guys. Thanks.
I should have recorded that, man. You jumped like you were a scared little girl.
There was a giant bomb that went off.